All right, so thanks for joining me for part two of the testimony. Like I told you in part one, I'm going to speak a little bit on my involvement with witchcraft and the occult. Uh, like I told you, a real quick recap part one, I told you that, I'd left the church. I decided that the church wasn't for me. I slowly got involved in the witchcraft. Being a Christian raised, I studied it. I knew that witchcraft was from the devil. I knew it was another form of Satanism. So I thought, why mess around with uh, witchcraft when I'm really hiding the fact that it's from Satan? So I'll just do Satanism. So that's what I did. I started practicing Satanism. The devil gave me a lot of gifts. And one of the things that you'll find out in life, if you're not a Christian, is the devil will give, 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 and finally it comes to a time when you've got to pay. Nothing in this world is for free, except for the salvation of Jesus Christ. But you've got to pay for what you got from Satan. So, like I'd said in the other video, I started in school with telekinesis, learning to move stuff with my mind. I could flip pages, I could move a pencil around on the desk, I could make the drapes blow and nobody knew where it was coming from. It was games. It was just games to me. From there, I went into astral projection. Astral projection is when your spirit leaves your body and goes elsewhere. And that was, it was fun for a while. I tell you, everything Satan gives you is fun for a while. But what you'll find out, there's a void inside of you as a non-Christian. And even as a backslidden Christian, I think in the way that I was, I knew that there was just, it wasn't right. There was something in my life that wasn't right. And as a non-Christian, you always look for something to fill that void that's inside of you. And that void, I believe, is put there by God. It's a yearning in your heart. It's a hunger. And you're always trying something to fill it. It can be a relationship. It can be pornography, drugs, the occult, murder, anything. You try it and you try it and you say, okay, maybe this is going to fill me. And for a little while you think, yeah, this is it. This is really going to work for me. And that's where I was trying all these different things. And I was playing is what I was doing. Well, fast forward, I was 19 years old. And I had just put on, actually it was Blizzard of Oz, Ozzy Osbourne. And I laid on the floor and I started astro projecting. And I really didn't want to. It was just, I wanted to just lay there. I wanted to relax. I wanted to listen to music and just chill out. But like I said, I just felt my spirit leaving and my demons were carrying me somewhere. So it ended up I was in this room, long table. I was standing at one end of the table with my demons. At the other end of the table was a couple of guys sitting, one at the head and two, one on each side, on the side of the table. And one guy at the end was my best friend. Randy Lanebecker was his name. Randy had been killed, I don't know when he was killed. He was killed a couple of years prior. And Randy was sitting there at the end of this table, and Randy was like in a trance. Well, there was this man came, and he just kind of walked into the room from nowhere. And as far as a man goes, this man was extremely good looking. He was like a olive skin, dark skin, black hair, about 6 foot tall. Like I said, extremely good looking man. I don't know. I won't say for sure if it's Satan, because Satan is not omnipotent. He's not omnipresent. He's not everywhere at one time. And we know from the book of Job that the devil roams the earth back and forth. Okay? Jesus said he roams around like a lion, seeking whom to devour. So I don't know if it was Satan or not, but he was extremely good looking. Well, he was explaining to me, asked me, did I enjoy the gifts, the money, the women, the drugs, the cars, all this stuff. I couldn't lie. Yeah, I did. I had my two demons that were with me on either side of me. Everywhere I went, any mirror I looked into, I could see them. I didn't really talk to them much, but they were there all the time. I said, yeah, I enjoyed them. Well, he explained to me, he said, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I got so much more to give you. Anything you want, I'll give you. You just serve me. That's all I got. Okay, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Well, this demon appeared out of the wall, basically. Again, it looked like a man. It wasn't anything. Well, he had a scroll. Like I said, this other one, I could tell, the one that stand at the end of the table, he was in authority, because these other entities, these other demons in the room, they had a reverence to him, a high respect for this person. So he told me that, the scroll was a contract. It was basically to totally turn my back on God, to reject Christ, and to serve him forever. And he would give me whatever it is I wanted. He said there would be so many riches, there would be so much glory and honor, and I'll give you this and this. And this meeting went on a pretty good while. I would say, I don't know. Well, I know when I finally came back to my body, the tape I was listening to was over, and that was 35, 40 minutes on that side. So I know I was gone at least that 35, 40 minutes. It seemed like it was about 10 minutes I was down there, or wherever. So back to the scroll. He gave me this scroll, said, I'm glad you enjoyed everything, but this is what has to happen, and I'll give you so much more. Well, being raised in the church, I knew I could never reject Christ. I just knew I couldn't. And I said, I'm sorry, no, I'm not going to sign it. And this man at the end of the table, he got from a very warm, friendly, sugarcoat demeanor, it disappeared. His whole countenance changed. It just became darker. And I said, no, I'll never reject Jesus. And these demons just came out of these walls screaming. And this man at the end of the table, like I said, his countenance changed. He kind of backed away and was mumbling something about, I'll kill you, you don't get what I gave you for nothing, you've got to pay. And these demons started coming out of these walls, and they just like formed. And they started screaming and coming, and I just I just closed my eyes real fast and I said, Jesus, save me. Because it was like they were coming. And the minute I said that, everybody just kind of froze, looked up. And up above me and in front of me was like this giant bubble formed. And it just came down and set on me. And these demons then they just started attacking. And they'd hit this bubble and they'd just bounce off. And they're trying to get at me. Well, I can feel this lift me up. And I hear these screams below me and these just fighting going on. The bubble took me up. I came to, like I said, I was in my room. The tape had ended. I sat up, and where I've been laying, the floor was so wet. I could hit it with my hand and it would splash. It was so much sweat. And the battle continued in my room. And it was similar to the battle I quickly touched on that I saw in the first video about Testimony 1. It was a light battle, and it was the most intense battle I've ever seen. It's like standing in the middle of a light bulb is the best way I can describe it. There was light everywhere, and it's the whitest light. It wasn't a bright light like looking in a light bulb. It's just a white. You're washed in white, and it's bright. You can't see nothing but white. And this battle went on, and it was screaming and just like a battle you would hear. But I couldn't see anything except this white light with flashes of red, black, yellow, all the colors of the rainbow. Just flash, boom, 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 boom. And that lasted probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then it slowly started dying down and going away. So that was the end of my Satanism. I turned my back on Satan 100%. I didn't, at that point, I did not turn and follow Christ like I should. And that's one of the regrets I have is, you know, God gave me so many opportunities through life. So many times He rescued me. So many times He delivered me. And it didn't matter how far away I got from God and how much I turned my back on God. He never gave up on me. And He'll never give up on you. I promise you, He won't. All the stuff that I've been through, that I've seen, that I've heard and experienced, and said and done, and God is still there. He's so amazing. Just give Him a chance. If you got any questions, you know, shoot me an email, message me. I'm happy to talk about it to anybody, anywhere. The next video, I don't know. We could touch on the drugs. We could touch on the seeing the angels. I might do the angel thing. That's pretty good. It won't be too long. We'll do the drugs after that. So, you know, then we'll get in. No, actually, I may do healing next. When my eyes came back, that was pretty cool. It was awesome. Everything God does is awesome. I love you all. Take care. Thank you very much.